Welcome to the RightID Identity Fraud Training. This training will focus on the customer requester experience within Enterprise Advantage. In this training, we will cover how the requester will review the orders with RightID. We will review the requester experience when RightID is returned with no discrepancies. Review the requester experience when RightID is returned with discrepancies. And the requester responsibility for managing records when a discrepancy is found. Let's get started. Once the applicant completes their profile with RightID, you will be able to log in to Enterprise Advantage to check the status. If your account has been set up with the order email notifications, an email will be sent to the requester. This is an account preference that must be turned on by First Advantage. For more information regarding notifications, please reach out to your company administrator or your First Advantage account representative. Once you have logged in to Enterprise Advantage, you will need to search for the order by either using the global search bar at the top of the screen, or you can search for the order using the Search Order feature under Employment Screening. Enter the desired search criteria to locate your order and click Search at the bottom of the screen. From the search results, you will see two line items for the order. The first line item will be for the RightID Identity Fraud. The report status will be complete with or without an asterisk. If the status has an asterisk, this is an indicator there are discrepancies that need to be reviewed. The second line item will be for the background order. Let's walk through an example where there are no discrepancies found with RightID. As you can see from our example, the status is complete without an asterisk. We can click on the report type, RightID Identity Fraud, to open the RightID Identity Fraud Summary Report. We can see no discrepancies were found. No actions are required by the requester at this time. And because there are no discrepancies, the background searches will automatically begin processing. To check the status of the background order, click on the subject name of the background line item from the search results. To open the order details of the background. For this example, we can see the SSNV has completed with a consideration flag green, which indicates there are no discrepancies found. The MVR in our example has a status of processing, which indicates this search has not completed. When ordering a package with RightID Identity Fraud, the package will process in stages. The first stage will include RightID and the SSNV. If the SSNV is completed with no discrepancies, the remaining searches in the order will begin processing automatically with no action required by the requester. However, if the SSNV is completed and a discrepancy is found, the SSNV will be marked with a yellow consideration flag indicating decisional, and a review is required by the requester. Additional searches in the background order will be placed in an on-hold status until the SSNV has been reviewed and overridden as either a pass or fail. Once the SSNV has been overridden, the remaining searches in the background will begin processing. When overriding a search or case status, always follow your company's hiring standards. We will now walk through an example where there are discrepancies found with RightID. As you can see from our example, the status is complete with asterisks, indicating there are discrepancies. We can click on the report type RightID Identity Fraud to open the RightID Identity Fraud Summary Report. We can see discrepancies were found. The requester will need to review the order and decide how to proceed. From the search results, click on the subject name of the RightID line item to open the order details. Next, click on the gavel next to the RightID Identity Fraud search. The RightID override window will open with the report in the bottom portion of the screen. From the Options drop-down, select how you wish to proceed. Proceed with the background screen or do not proceed with the background screen. By selecting the option Proceed with Background Screen, we'll initiate the background screen to begin processing, and the process flow will follow the same steps as reviewed earlier in this training. Selecting the option Do not proceed with background screen will cancel the remaining searches in the order. The remaining searches in the background order will be closed with the status Canceled Client Request. When the background order is closed with the status Canceled Client Request, no further actions are required within the system to override or adjudicate the case. Always follow your company's hiring standards for the next steps required to communicate with the applicant. We have just learned how the requester will review the orders with RightID. We reviewed the requester experience when RightID is returned with no discrepancies. We reviewed the requester experience when RightID is returned with discrepancies. And the requester responsibility for managing records when a discrepancy is found. You have just completed the training for the RightID Identity Fraud Customer Requester Experience. Thanks for watching.